What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the It's Stuck McNasty podcast. This is episode 24. As always, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're crushing your tasks, reaching your goals, taking steps towards your dreams every freaking day. I was thinking about how easy it is for me to get out of bed in the morning, like early in the morning. I've been an early morning person for years. I've always just been someone who, when the alarm goes off, I throw the covers off of me, spring out of bed. No waking periods, no scrolling through social media, just get up and take a piss like we were designed. But it got me thinking, most people aren't like this. Most people stay up too late, making it far less likely for them to get up early, and if they do end up getting up early, then they are lacking sleep, making them pretty ineffective throughout the day. Now, as always, I want you to enjoy what you want to enjoy. Just know that sometimes we as humans can hinder our own productivity towards completing our tasks with what we choose to do, especially on nights or on weekends. Maybe going out drinking on Saturday night has always been your thing. Half a Saturday is spent focused on going out that night, and then half, if not all, of your Sunday is spent recovering. You have now lost something close to 2 days of productivity. If we're truly focused on reaching our goals and becoming more productive, we're not doing that every weekend, right? The reason I quit drinking like that was because I hated my workouts the following day. They were just always trash. Putting myself in those situations put my body in a state where it was difficult to grow, so I stopped getting drunk. Anyway, this podcast isn't about drinking. It's about the concept that is what we call early. So, are you a night owl, or are you an early bird? The typical American is closer to, I'll wake up at 7:30 a.m., scroll on Facebook for a while, get ready for work, head out, grab some coffee. Can you fill it a quarter of the way up with espresso shots and then fill the other 3/4 with milk and sugar? Thanks. How much is that? Oh, $25.50? Nice, it's on sale. I'll take 2. Then they go to work. Do some more social media scrolling, then head home after work, thumbs exhausted from scrolling all day, now too tired and not enough time to get to the gym, read a book, or invest in themselves. So they order in some food, kick back, watch the TV until about 11 p.m., or just fall asleep on the couch with a bag of Cheetos on their chest. Sorry, rant done. It just makes me so much time wasted doing so little. The kicker, though, is that the same person will complain about not having time, being overweight, hating their job, and so on and so on and so on. Listen, guys, you have the power to do so much more than you believe you can. But it starts by finding these areas of your life where you are wasting your decision-making energy and time on things that just don't matter and will never help you achieve your goals. I will say the majority of super successful people out there have early morning routines that get them charged up and ready to crush the task at hand. They are the early bird out there getting the worm. I mean, I don't want to eat worms, but I still want to be the early bird. They do their most important tasks first thing in the morning because their mind is fresh and has not fatigued from a whole day of decision making. This allows them to be completely present with what they are working on. Now, most people aren't motivated or disciplined enough to get up early and work. I know this because when I tell people I wake up close to 5:30 a.m. on the weekends or earlier, they look at me like I just grew a second head. To me, waking up early is the only way I'm going to get quality work done. The nighttime is one of my worst times for work, and I am definitely much less creative. Think about it. You've already done a bunch of work during the day at your job. You've already made a bunch of decisions, more than you actually realize. We all get what's called decision fatigue. There's a point where our decisions will start to break down. There's a point when our ability to make smart, well thought out, and important decisions will just end up becoming difficult or impossible. Making decisions has an energy cost. The more decisions we make every day, the more exhausted we will be. That's why many entrepreneurs wear the same clothes every day. They don't want to use that important decision-making energy on something so simple as what they're going to wear that day. People like Mark Zuckerberg, Barack Obama, and the late Steve Jobs operated in this manner. What I like to do is make those simple decisions late in the day. So pick out your clothes the night before work. Set out your gym clothes in a bag if you go to the gym in the morning. Have a lunch packed and your coffee maker prepped. We're just setting things up so we don't have to make a bunch of decisions in the morning for dumb shit. We gotta save the decision-making energy for the more difficult tasks, thus improving our performance on shit that actually matters. So if there's something you really want to get done, and you think that the only time that you can do it is the last 1 to 2 hours of your night, instead of trying to cram it in at the end of your day, try going to bed an hour or two earlier than you normally would, and then wake up an hour or two earlier than you normally would. I know, it's crazy. But then you are focusing on the tasks you want to get done first thing in the morning with a fresh mind. No decision fatigue, no wasted energy, no stresses of the day weighing you down. You're completely present with the task at hand. Now you're setting yourself up for success. I know it's tough, guys. When that alarm goes off, do not hit that snooze. Get out of bed and get moving. Our bodies work very much like a generator. Moving it generates energy. Grab some coffee and start crushing it, guys. It may take some getting used to, but eventually it's going to feel fantastic. Getting up early while everyone is still asleep, and you're just over here destroying lists that most haven't even woken up to look at yet. They're still hitting that snooze button. Trust me, guys, if I could bottle up my energy and give it to you, I would. It would clearly be some kind of scientific feat for sure, not to mention a financial powerhouse for me. Everyone's gonna buy that! There's no one complaining that they have too much energy to get stuff done. Of course, some people have too much energy, but they don't focus it on something productive, so it's either wasted or it may manifest itself into some form of anxiety. I personally was one of those people who had an abundance of energy and did not funnel that energy into anything productive, and my anxiety was through the roof. Of course, getting up early is just one successful practice that we can develop. We could become early adopters as well, trying new tech devices, trying new ideas, trying new social media platforms. Sure, there are plenty of new things that come to market every day, and a lot of them fail. But if there's something that truly intrigues you and you think it could benefit you or your business, then pull the trigger. Especially if it's free. Like if it's a free platform like Instagram or Snapchat, the risk is low and potential could be high if the platform ends up taking off. I feel like early adopters have a more creative mindset because they're always looking for something new and exciting and different. We could be early to market. If you have a great idea that has not been thought of or at least executed yet, pull the trigger. If you're creating your own category or market, then at the beginning, at least you're the number one product to the market. Successful businesses are the ones that can use what's popular or what's in right now and capitalize on an idea or product, because if you're not going to do it, your competition is. If it's a good idea, of course. We can be someone who is early to be places. We can be that reliable person that when you say you're going to be somewhere, you're going to be there. And you're going to be early because this matters to you enough to not be late. I do know that someday I hope to scale my business to where I need employees. I can tell you right now, if that employee strolls in right at or after starting time each and every day, that's not the person I'm looking for. I get to work nearly a half hour, early every single day because my shift starts at 7. I am ready to work at 7. Not dragging my feet in right at 7 and then taking another 15 minutes to get situated before I'm able to work. I just don't get it. I guess I'm weird. We can be early investors. I highly recommend this to all you youngins out there. The sooner you learn to start saving your money, the better off you're going to be. I didn't learn this until my 30s, and if there is one thing I could go back and do, it would be to get back all the money I spent buying all the dumb shit that I bought. Then taking that money and putting it in the bank or into retirement or investing it into something that might actually help my money grow. Seriously, guys, you don't need the newest this and the newest that. But YOLO, right? I'm all into living and experiencing things, but we don't want to be working until we're 90. Just saying. I don't know about you, but I plan on retiring early and will be planning accordingly. So whether we are waking up early, adopting new tech early, investing early, being early, to where where we're expected, whatever. Being early can be so helpful to our success. This is probably due to the discipline it takes to pull the trigger on these things. So I challenge you to become more disciplined and shoot for being earlier to things. But for now, let's be swift and send it over to the LWR and see if we were early with anything last week. So last week, we reduced our gaming time by a significant amount. I think I got maybe a total of 3 hours of gaming in last week out of the entire week. I was so focused last week, really trying to figure out what my purpose in business, what my purpose in life is. So basically last week I started meditating again. So I tried to do this a while ago and it didn't stick. So now every morning I wake up, I made a morning ritual. I start meditating. I do it like a 10-minute meditation. First thing I do when I wake up, after drinking a glass of water and after taking a piss. But I do my meditation for 10 minutes and then I actually started journaling. So now I write, it's kind of a hybrid of things that I want to write, and I think it's got a little bit of Tim Ferriss's 5-minute journal in it, but I'll probably talk about that on a future episode. But yeah, so I started doing that every single day. I haven't missed a day yet, and it feels great. Let me tell you what. If anything, I don't know if it's a meditation or getting up and allowing myself to just kind of be present, be in the moment, but doing this every day has so when problems arise at work and shit's kind of going sideways, instead of getting all emotional and angry about it and struggling through it and having it ruin my day, it seems to actually be helping, so instead of my emotions spiking like crazy, they just kind of ramp up a little slowly and then they dip back down when I kind of rationalize everything, instead of like going into full anger mode and then struggling to work for the next hour, So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the journaling, maybe it's the meditation, but I'll probably talk about that stuff in the future. And speaking of future, so I want to let you guys know as soon as I can. So I'm planning on transitioning the It's the Nasty podcast to something else. So I want to pull the gaming aspect out of this podcast because I don't know what I talked about gaming. I try to relate a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about to gaming, but it's not really where my head's at. It's not really where I want to take this. I'd rather make it more motivational, focused on positivity, efficiency, productivity, just making our everyday life a little bit better. I don't know what it's going to be called. I don't know exactly how the format's going to work. Things are going to change, but I think this is episode 24. So I'll probably I have 25 almost done already, and then I'll probably go to episode 26 because 26 would be an even 6 months. And my initial goal for this podcast was to make it 6 months. So I don't want to quit podcasting, even though I am running super low on ideas. But again, it's kind of maybe a little bit of reformat will help me kind of spark some ideas and some stuff that I can give you guys. Again, I want to provide value any way I can. So if there's anything you want to hear from me or have any ideas on format that you think would be cool or beneficial to you in the motivational or, whatever field, I'm trying to learn as much as I can. I'm trying to push off that knowledge because remember, the best way to set things in like memory is to teach it to other people. So you learn it by reading it or absorbing it, and then you teach it to others, and that's how you learn things even better. Like you lock that shit in. So if there's anything you guys want to learn, I'll try to learn it first and I'll kick it back to you. But yeah, like I said, after the 26th episode, it'll probably be a bit of a hiatus and then it'll come back as a different name. some of the social media pages will change and all that stuff will happen. But of course, I will let you know. It should still be on this channel, so if you are subscribed on iTunes or whatever, all the names and images will change automatically, and then you'll just see the new stuff in your feed. So, but I will let you know, and I will keep you guys posted along the way. We'll talk about it a little bit more in the next 2 episodes when I'm kind of thinking about, and yeah. But for now, we did meditation, journaling last week. We read a little bit of Getting to Aha, and yeah. So be sure you're following me at It's Like Wignasty on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You know, I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated as much as I can about the transition. We'll talk about it in the next couple of episodes, but make sure you're following me there, and go ahead and follow Ronald Joseph Design as well on Instagram and Twitter. I think Twitter's Ronald J Design because the characters aren't enough. Anyways, follow those places. I think those names and stuff are going to change too once I figure out this direction and where we're going to move to. So yeah, make sure you're following those things, and I will catch you guys next week. I hope it's a fantastic week for you, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.